Do you believe in karma?
Yes, I believe I do. I believe what goes around comes around.
So you believe when we do something wrong to others or something that harms others, that could come back to us?
Yes, I believe it can.
So do you think there's kind of anything we do in our day-to-day lives that maybe we're not fully aware of that may produce some bad karma?
Absolutely. For example, recycling, we might not realise that it does cause the world harm, but it definitely causes the earth quite a bit of harm.
Yeah, and like things like plastic, for example, it can go into the ocean and that can cause harm to fish and marine animals as well, right?
Animal testing, animal cruelty, basically anything to harm animals could definitely be brought back as karma.
Yeah. So what would you say is the definition of animal cruelty then to you?
Causing an animal unnecessary harm.
Would you say that killing animals for food, could that produce any negative karma?
It could produce quite negative karma because we're killing things that we don't necessarily need, like we're killing more than we actually have to.
Yeah. Do you think we need to eat animals to survive or be healthy at all?
No, I have quite a few friends that are like vegan and vegetarian, and they seem to be doing quite healthy.
Yeah. So would you say that it's unnecessary then, killing animals at all?
Yeah.
We normally go and buy meat from farms where the animals have been treated fairly.
So would you say that it becomes more moral to kill if the animal was happy before we kill?
As long as it's had a good life, I feel like it's okay to kill it, if that makes sense, because it's had a good life while it has. For example, like humans, they don't choose to die, but we've had a good life.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I'm really happy, right, on a good life, do you think that would make it more moral to kill me?
no.
I'm getting a bit nervous. We eat animals, don't we? So do you think that there's any issue there in terms of karma?
No. No, I'm a meat eater. Treated humanely, killed humanely. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy with a man going to a park with a rifle and shooting for the sake of shooting.
What is it about that you disagree with?
It's just for that gratification moment, pleasure for that person.
The reason I guess a lot of us eat animals is for, would you say, for pleasure?
It's trying to trip me up here.
By your own logic, sort of killing an animal for food or for fur or for leather, would you say that's animal cruelty?
In a way, I suppose it could be classed as animal cruelty. I just hadn't thought of it that way before.
Yeah. So would you guys say you're both against animal cruelty?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what would your definition be of animal cruelty?
Treating an animal with disrespect when it is alive.
But do you think there is a way to sort of respectfully kill an animal that doesn't want to die?
Animals can't really, they don't think like us in the way that, they know that there's a life and a death.
So you mean like they might not have the understanding of what's actually going on, maybe?
Yeah.
There are humans who maybe lack that understanding, certain humans who haven't got the capabilities to understand what people do to them or what's happening. Would it be acceptable to treat them any worse than the ones who have full understanding?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah. Do you think that because maybe an animal doesn't understand that, say they're going to be killed, would that make it more moral to take their life away if they don't understand it?
I think it would be on the same level as if it did know.
I guess the dictionary definition of humane would be like to show compassion.
I think so.
So do you think it's possible to compassionately kill an animal that doesn't want to die?
That's giving animals conscious thought, isn't it?
Right. Do you think they are conscious?
Not in the way we think about it. I think they're very in the moment. If an animal is bred for consumption, I still believe that's okay with my conscience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you believe that if we bring a life into the world, does that then give us the right to do whatever we want to them?
If you had a pet rabbit and your rabbit gets put down,
Right.
because that rabbit's ill,
Yeah.
it's a bit like that when it comes to pigs, for example, but we just eat the pig afterwards.
I mean, with the rabbit, I guess we're doing it as an act of compassion, aren't we?
Yeah,
Because we don't want them to
yeah.
suffer, and we feel like it's in their best interest
Yeah.
to be put to sleep. But I suppose with a pig, there's probably something a bit more sinister going on there because we're doing it for ourselves rather than for the pig, right?
I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we should be allowed to kill them. But as long as they're treated as well as we can.
How would you kill it compassionately?
Something that's instant.
Say I had a dog here, right? and I got a gun out and said it's going to be really humane, and put the gun to the dog's head, would you try and stop me?
Yes, I would, definitely. I'll tell you what I wouldn't stop you doing. If you wanted to kill another person because they were being mean,
Right.
I would encourage that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't kill an animal. I can't kill no animals, but I could kill a human being, no problem.
Here's Johnny!
I mean, do you think you'd be able to kill an animal yourself at all?
No, I can play all the video games and that because I know it's not real, but if it came down to actually having to kill an animal, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
I trust that whoever did kill the animal did it with the right intentions and did it the nicest way I guess you probably could. And I just trust that person's given that animal respect whilst it was living.
Yeah. I mean, if someone was going to kill me and they said, I'm going to do it, I'm going to respect you, before you do it, I still wouldn't accept that. I'd say, you don't need to kill me, so I don't want to die, right?
Yeah.
So you mean like in defense, or if someone kind of deserves it, I suppose. Yeah. So do you think the animals we eat have done anything wrong to us?
No, of course not.
Would you call them innocent?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so if it was a dog here, I was going to kill a dog, you'd try and stop me, even if it was going to be quick.
If it's done in the abattoir or behind the wall over there
Yeah.
on the farm.
If I took the pig behind a wall, where you couldn't see it,
Yeah.
and shot that pig in the throat, slit its throat, does the act of doing it become any more moral based on the location?
No, it's no more moral, but morals. I suppose I've got mixed morals about this.
Do you think if we wouldn't want to harm the animal ourselves, do you think it's more acceptable to pay someone else to do it for us, or do you think it's equally as wrong?
I still think it's wrong, it's just something that I hadn't thought about until now, because
Yeah,
it's something that we just take for granted, the same as breathing and knowing people, whereas I've just realised we should actually take the time to think about what we're actually doing.
You would always get those people who think that it's okay to eat meat.
So we'll always get people who think that killing humans is okay, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever we're looking at any injustice, we have to look from the victim's perspective.
Yeah.
So if someone was to go and beat a person up over there,
Yeah.
I could say, well, from the person doing it, he's okay with it, and that's his opinion.
Yeah.
But if we look from the victim's perspective, it's always wrong, right? So when we're thinking about what we do to animals, do you think we should always look from the animal's perspective rather than say my opinion and your opinion? We should look at the animal's perspective.
I agree, truly. I don't think it's ever just really hit me into my mind that, oh, there's people every day killing animals.
I do differentiate between humans and animals in my head. Yeah.
So, and what's the trait difference that makes it okay, do you think? So what is it about animals that makes it okay to kill them?
Because they're not full of conscious thought like human beings. They're in the moment.
Do you think some humans are kind of in that situation, the same level as consciousness as an animal, maybe living in the moment? And do you think if they are, would that make it more acceptable to treat them worse?
No.
So it's not the fact that they're not as aware as us that you think makes it okay to do it to them?
Getting me all tangled in knots now. And I never really sat and analysed it so extensively.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advocate cruelty to any animal. Or any human for that matter. But there are still some humans in the world that seem to be born evil.
Do you think in the animals' eyes, would we be evil for what we do to them?
Well, if they were aware, if they could have that thought, maybe they would. Maybe they would.
Would you say that unnecessarily harming an animal is animal cruelty?
Yes. Unnecessarily, yes.
Yeah. And do you think we need to eat animals to survive or be healthy?
No, I know we don't.
So
No, I
would
know
you
we
then
don't.
say that eating animal products is animal cruelty?
No,
Why not?
because I'm full of contradictions.
Well, I can't argue with that. In the egg industry, when they're breeding the chickens, they only need the females, the ones that lay the eggs. So the male chicks are killed, and they can be ground up alive in grinders while they're fully conscious. Would you think that behaviour can be morally justified?
I suppose you just kind of have to accept that. I mean, you're not a direct part of it, but
I guess the thing is it works on supply and demand. So, for example, with any product, even if we're talking about clothing, if clothing is coming from really unethical source and I pay for it, I'm supporting that industry. I'm voting with my money that I want more of it and they produce more. In the same sense, if I go out and buy an egg, I'm supporting that industry. Would you say that the act of eating animal products isn't in line with your own morals?
Probably. Yeah.
If I stopped buying meat and I stopped, by buying eggs, for instance, it wouldn't have an impact. And I think you need like a mass movement.
So do you think the millions of people abstaining from eggs, do you think that makes a difference to how many eggs they produce?
Yeah.
And in turn, how many animals they breed?
Yeah.
The rise of the people rejecting meat has been noticed because you get more meat alternatives now.
Sure. What would be stopping you from changing today, let's say?
Gosh, I'm going to have to go vegetarian after this.
If you could live a life where you harm humans, harm animals, or harm neither, which would you want to choose?
But I suppose I live the life at the moment. If harming animals.
Yeah, you live that life, but if you think about consciously what would you prefer to do? What's more in line with your morals? Which of those behaviours would be more in line with your morals?
Kill neither.
Yeah. How about you?
Kill neither.
So in that sense, would you say that a vegan lifestyle where you're doing your best not to harm either, would that be more in line with your own values then, even if it's not your behaviour?
Yeah.
To us, it's just a few minutes of pleasure on our tongue, but to an animal, it's their entire life, isn't it?
Well, it's gone. The life's gone, and I know.
And they only have one chance.
I know.
So what's more important to you?
Well,
Would you say that?
Conversation. I'm going to have a hard think about this, I think.
Yeah.